Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Friday. Welcome to my favorite time of the week, and hopefully for some of you as well. It's Jersey Concept Friday, and I've got an amazing one for you because we're looking at a new template from Sports Templates. It's the new flat lay design. I already got a submission. It's by Emblematic. He just submitted it actually like maybe last week. So there's a lot of people in queue, and I'm really punishing these people by pushing this one ahead. But the template is so amazing that I really want to kind of get some eyes on it and maybe get people thinking about, do I want to just design jerseys, or do I want to go a step further and design a whole uniform? Because this template has the jersey, the helmet, the pants, the skates, socks, everything. It is an awesome template, and I just want to get your eyes on it. So I apologize to those people who are still waiting for me to go through their content and their concepts, but I felt like this was a really important one, and there's also some really awesome concepts in here in general. I think you guys are really going to like this, and I'm pretty excited to show it to you. So I'm not going to go through my typical sports templates little video that I do, but just so you guys know, I'm just going to tell you straight up, you can go to Sports Templates right now and get the template that you're going to see in this video, this new one, and then you can use code POST2POST. That's going to save yourself 10% on this template and any other template on the site as well. There are over, I think, maybe close to 70 now, different ones, not just hockey, other sports as well. So if you're interested in coming up with your designs, whether it's NHL, MLB, NFL, doesn't really matter. Come up with a whole set, send it in. Jerseys, helmets, pucks, doesn't matter. Send it in, and I will review it, rank it, react to it, whatever it is. Have some fun with it here on the channel. So I appreciate anyone who sent something in the past, anyone who plans on sending anything in the future. Let's have fun, guys. I've ranked these 31 to 32, but we're going to go through them 32 to 1, my least favorite to favorite. And I cannot wait for you guys to see some of these. These designs are by Emblematic, like I said earlier. So let's get into it, starting off with number 32. That's going to be the Chicago Blackhawks. So let's bring this up. And I just want to comment quickly on the logo itself. So although this is ranked at last, I love what he's done with the logo here. The rendition of the specific colors he's used in specific areas, phenomenal. It's one of the best versions of that logo I've ever seen. I just don't like anything else because it's essentially the New Jersey Devils complete uniform. I don't know if you can see it behind me, but I got some jerseys up. I think it's down there. But this is the New Jersey Devils away jersey and the New Jersey Devils home jersey, essentially. It's not completely identical, but it's very, very close, 90+% close. So I just didn't feel like there was a lot of creativity there as far as the jersey itself and maybe the socks. But look at the skate. The skate is awesome, and I will say that there's some pretty crazy skate designs in here. So I've really ignored the skate, actually, in this ranking. But just as we go through this, keep an eye on the skates, okay? They're pretty cool. But regular pants, the gloves here are pretty generic, helmet very generic. So this is what I'm talking about this template. It looks real, and you've got all the elements in here. You can have so much fun with this template. So I'm really looking forward to seeing your designs in the future using this template. Okay, let's move on to number 31. And I put the Boston Bruins, and you longtime viewers, you're already going to know why it is where it is. It's the brown. I'm not typically a fan of the brown and the yellow. It looks poopy to me. I like the skate. You can see a little poop air on there, which is neat. I don't mind the brown gloves, actually, though. It's not too bad. The meth bear on the front, it looks ridiculous, but I got to give some love to the meth bear. It's awesome. The white version of this jersey is actually quite nice. I like that a lot. It reminds me of the Frontenacs in the OHL? I can't remember exactly. It reminds me of that, their uniform a little bit. So I definitely like the white one way more than the brown one, but that brown one it tanked it for me. Number 30, and I got the New Jersey Devils. So there was some interesting decisions here. I don't necessarily like the green in the skate because there's no green anywhere else in the whole uniform. And like I said, it's not about the skate, but I just wanted to mention it for this one. But the logo, I don't know. It feels a little off. It feels weird seeing it. And I guess I could hold this up and you can see the comparison. It feels weird seeing this part in white. It's almost like the devil is red and it's menacing, but now it's white and this one, it feels like cooled off or it feels less mean or something. So I didn't really necessarily like this approach. I don't hate it. It's not bad, but I prefer other designs. Let's move on to number 29. I put my Montreal Canadiens, and this is bright, and I can't quite get used to it. I like the white pants on the other one, the left one, just the blue in general. It's this, the shade of blue or it's approaching like neon teal actually. I don't think it matches well with the maroon or burgundy, whatever you want to classify that as, and it's just a little bit hard on the eye. So I think for that reason I just couldn't really justify it, putting it up in my rankings. I like the little addition of the polar bear on there. I'm not exactly sure why that's there, but I kind of like it. Number 28, the LA Kings. This is extremely bold. I love the color. Like the vibrance is great, but it's a little too aggressive, and I don't think it doesn't feel hockey. It feels rollerblade. It just feels a little bit too over the top as far as, the stripes aren't traditional stripes. They're randomly cut off in the middle. The font is at an angle and it's, flying through the air. It's a very, very bright, like neon mid-90s color. It just feels a very like in your face. So I don't think this is necessarily plausible. Obviously, the white one is very plausible because it uses their current the current colors from the brand rather. So that one's a little bit better. Stadium Series vibes for sure from that. But the purple one, as much as I like the purple, it's a little bit too much. Number 27, the Minnesota Wild. Got huge Christmas vibes from the one on the left, the dark version. Interesting skate, camo. But the one on the right, which is technically the home, I think this has a lot going for it, actually. I love the numbers on the shoulders. I would not make them green, though. I'd probably make them that off-white. But this section here, this little like curved green section on the white one, and it is the off-white and the dark one, I don't like that. It just... I don't know, it feels weird. It almost feels like he's wearing a backpack or something, and those are the stripes. So I feel like that's very out of place. I don't like that. But the white one is definitely good. The dark one, not my favorite. Number 26, the Ottawa Senators. I kind of feel the same way. I like that little graphic right underneath the armpits. I find it very distracting. It just looks like, backpack straps. The rest of it is okay. The logo, it looks good. The very generic striping, nice shoulder patch, but I'm so distracted by that underpiece there. Number 25, put the Florida Panthers. Some interesting design quirks here. The little notches are taken from I think it's in the state flag a little bit, and it's also in their alternate logo, obviously. But the red is not the prominent color here. There's no blue. There's just a very subdued and calm kind of change to what's going on. I don't think I like it. Okay, I really like the Panthers colors. Their brand looks great. But I gotta say this, bringing back a version of the original logo, but putting it on a black background like the one on the left, that logo pops so well on the jersey. I just think it looks amazing. And also on the white, so that looks really, really good, but overall, not a massive fan. The pants are cool with the little logo on the bottom though. Number 24, the Tampa Bay Lightning. I'm a big fan of brand changes for the Tampa Bay Lightning, and specifically bold ones. This one's pretty bold, but I think I don't know. I don't like the position of the gradient. It feels almost like it's dirty rather than a gradient. I think it's because it comes in from a horizontal, on each horizontal side. It doesn't come up vertically from the middle. It almost, I don't know, it just feels like it's dirty or something. So I just wasn't quite sure about it. And I felt like the blue one or the dark one, the black helmet coming down into the blue, I maybe would have like to see the black gradient kind of at the top of the shoulders to bleed into the helmet, and maybe the black gradient to stick down by the pants like it is now to kind of bleed down into the pants. Love the pants though. That lightning bolt going down the side of the pants, that was awesome. I like the little green, the neon yellow, whatever accents. You wouldn't see basically any of them other than the tag on the front of the jersey and his concept. But I do like the green on there. It's kind of a neat aspect. Moving on to number 23, put the Edmonton Oilers. And I just feel like this is not as good as their current brand. It's got design elements I like. I really like the pants. The way that the logo sits on there and then it just kind of like streaks off with those stripes. I think that's really cool. I also think that's cool that it replicates that on the jersey as well. So you get like a bigger version of it. However, the design itself on the jersey just feels out of place in a way. I'm not really, I don't know, it just feels really weird to me. It's also kind of close to the Calgary Flames mid-80s jersey. More on that in a bit. But yeah, there's stuff going for this, but it reminds me of other teams at the same time, and there's a couple of issues, so I was a little on the fence with this one. Let's move on. Number 22, the Arizona Coyotes. I fought with this one because even though it's got the straps, I don't find it overly distracting on this one for whatever reason. The white one I like a lot. I don't mind the pink in there. The logo looks good. The neck is beautifully designed. I adore Emblematic's design on the neck on that white one, and on the dark one, obviously. The skate is pretty cool. Beavis and Butthead, amazing. Gloves, cool. Got the bit of the blue on the inside and the pink on the outside. Socks, love the socks actually, both of them. But the dark or pink jersey, it feels like a specialty jersey or like a Hockey Fights Cancer jersey or something. And that's good. You know, that's a great promotion, amazing promotion. But it just doesn't feel like a typical home jersey or a regular full-time jersey in the NHL. It just feels way too specialty for me. So there's a lot of going on here that I like, but I was very distracted by that bright pink Pepto-Bismol jersey. 21, we've got Nashville, and love the fact that he's using blue as the primary color. Amazing. But again, got those little backpack straps in there. Not a fan of that. But the logo is different. I don't know if I like the aggressive stroke around it. It is so thick. I think that really needs to be calmed down a little bit. I don't mind it on the blue, but I just find it way too overpowering on the white. There's way too much yellow in the background or something, so I'd adjust that a little bit. The neck also feels a little bit thick on the white one. Too much yellow, I think. The blue one's a little bit better. I see this more as St. Louis jerseys than I do Nashville for whatever reason, just maybe a gut feeling. But yeah, let's move on. Number 20, Vancouver Canucks. Again, I got that design under the arms. Not a fan of that. But the shoulders on both, love it. Love the shoulders. I don't mind Johnny Hockey on here. And I especially like what he's done on the white jersey. He's put Johnny Hockey, and he's put him on a stripe, okay? What is ice colored usually? I mean, in the NHL it's white, but if you're going skating on a lake or a pond or whatever, it's got a bit of a blue hue to it. And boom, there you go. He's skating on the blue stripe. So that creates a scene right within the jersey, so I was a big fan of that. Now on the other one, he's skating on white, which is, you know, a typical NHL ice. It looks white, so that makes sense as well. He's put that in the scene, so really kind of intelligent innovation there with the logo. The pants are nice. I don't know if I like the prominent green. I kind of missed the blue a little bit, but I really, really like the specific shade of blue that he's used with a specific shade of green. I do find those complementary, and especially with the black. Number 19, the Islanders, and this one was a wild one. I actually really like the stripe in the background. I never really thought about putting that behind an Islanders logo and spreading it across the jersey, but I think it actually looks pretty good. I love the fact that he left it all white up here on the white jersey, just the shoulder patches. The fisherman's in there, by the way, thumbs up. But no colorization in the neck. Same with the dark jersey. He's just kept it very clean, not a lot going on. He's kept the bottom of the jersey clean too, which is awesome. But I'm worried about the dark one. I had to bring them down on the ranking because it just looks like one big giant pylon. It's way too much orange going on, I think. The white version, which would be the away version, is absolutely stellar. A big, big fan of that one. Number 18, Buffalo. Whoa. This really threw me off when I looked at it. I just wasn't expecting it whatsoever. And I think because of that, I couldn't justify putting it in the top 16. I just felt like when I think about Buffalo, I think of an amazing brand. And they've got the royal blue. They're coming back with the goat head jersey, which is, if you haven't seen the video where I talked about it, please go check it out. I just released it yesterday, and I just was really thrown back by this concept. And I think it looks good. I really like the colors together. I'm not a big fan of that almost like rusty brownish. I don't even know what you even call that color, like weird baby poop. It just looks odd, coffee, but it does look good with the complementary colors of the white in the dark shade of blue. But it doesn't speak Buffalo to me. I just don't see Buffalo here. And it's a shame because it looks good, like I said, but I just miss the current Buffalo brand. So really conflicted with this one, guys. What do you think about this one? Number 17, the Carolina Hurricanes. Very aggressive. There is so much going on here. That logo is huge. There's no way that would be a crest. That would be a sublimation print. So a bit of a different jersey here in the collection. I don't think that's super realistic, especially the fact that the letter, he's got E on there for emblematic, but that would be an A or a C. Obviously, that would be stitched right on the sublimation part of the top of the stick. I just don't think that's realistic. So I would just bring it down to a regular size, make it a crest, or make it a regular logo on the front of the jersey, and we're definitely in better position. But I like the idea, at least. The gloves being red look amazing. He's got the dashes. He's got the wind moving through. Hurricanes. There's a lot of movement. There's wind. There's rain and stuff. There's a lot of blowing around. That's replicated here by movements he's put in the jersey, in the pants, the helmet, the socks. It's everywhere. It's a little over the top, but it's subtle at the same time, so acceptable. Let's move on to number 16, getting into the top 16. And we've got Dallas, and again, kind of thrown back a little bit. Love the design. The star jersey, amazing. But going strictly black and white, monochrome, completely desaturated, no color, just really threw me back a little bit. It looks really good. I love the shoulder patch on the white one, but I really miss the color. Like, if you're going to do this design, I think you need the color. But I just want to point out one specific thing, and it's the skate. And it's Quagmire from Family Guy. And the skate says Big D, or the Big D, and then it's Quagmire's in there, doing his giggity. So I just thought that was really comical. I thought I'd point that out. Number 15, Detroit Red Wings. I put him right in the middle. A classic Neil, right? Classic Neil ranking. Putting Detroit in the middle because it's the easiest, the safe thing to do. I like the numbers on the arms. I don't like the middle of the jersey. So thing I like, thing I don't like. Socks are okay. Gloves, helmet, whatever, pretty generic. Pants feel applicable to their brand. Very simple, very nostalgic even. But the two things in the jersey I found really conflicting. I put them in the middle, guys. Number 14, the Vegas Golden Knights. Those skates, though. Let's ignore those for a moment and let's dissect the other parts of this uniform. The gloves being gold, amazing. The logo, he's changed up the logo a little bit, added some fierceness into the eyes, a bit of a shine on the helmet. I think he's done a wonderful job with the logo. It looks very good. And he's made the pattern within the stripe here much more prominent. So it's an interesting design. He's got the little straps here, but they're very almost transparent, so don't mind them too much. But I really like what he's done here. I think there's a lot to work on here. And the socks. You can barely see the socks because of the crazy skates going on, but the socks are awesome. Moving on to number 13, we've got the Rangers. And this one really threw me for a loop because I saw the one on the left first. My eye went right to the red. And I thought of a comment that I made, I think maybe even last Friday or the Friday before when we were talking about jerseys. There was a Rangers jersey and it was red. I'm like, that doesn't work. I don't think you'd ever see a Rangers jersey using red as the primary color. It's just too weird. Like, yeah, they've got red in their brand, but it's just weird. And then I saw this and I'm like, I kind of need to take that back because I kind of like this jersey a lot. Not really a fan of the font going sideways, but it kind of looks good on the red. I'm mad at myself that I like this, and I never would have thought that I would. But he's got the Lady Liberty on the pants. He's got the other logo on the shoulder and the helmet, and he's got the Rangers down there. So there's a lot going on here as far as different elements from their brand. Ninja Turtle skates, amazing. Doesn't match, but still amazing. I'm a big Ninja Turtles fan. Grew up on the Ninja Turtles. The white one, bit of a miss. I really like that dark one, though. Can't believe I'm saying it. I like that red jersey. Number 12, the Winnipeg Jets. I love this, and I hate this at the same time. I had to put it in the top 16. I had to put it in the top half because I think it is beautiful. The classicness of it, the old school nature of what's going on. Numbers on the shoulders look awesome. The colors, the logo, the pants, the socks, everything is perfect about this. But this is essentially the mid-'80s Calgary Flames jersey recolorized, and that is an amazing jersey. So to see it come back, it's not identical, obviously, but to see it come back, but for the Jets, feels almost like fighting words. Like, that's bold by Emblematic, I think, to do that to Calgary fans, to kind of slap them in the face a little bit with the Jets brand, with their design. But I love it. Like, it looks amazing. He made the right decision. It looks so good. I really wanted to put this in the top 10. Number 11, Washington. I fear that a lot of people, I know a lot of people are going to completely disagree with me here. This is, you should rank this 30. So you should rank this last because it is so different than what is being used now. It's extremely modern. It's a very modern version of a potential classic design. It feels very Stadium Series. There's so much going on. The white, almost shiny helmets, the white gloves, lots of stars going on, the number in the stars. But I like it. I'm always a fan of a lot of the Capitals brand. Not so much their regular home and away jerseys. They're whatever. But everything else that they have going on, I'm always usually a pretty big fan of. And I just liked how different this was. It feels like what an all-star jersey kind of almost should be, in a way, if that sounds weird. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this one. Getting into the top 10 now. Moving on, I put St. Louis number 10. And I can qualify this by saying he played it safe. He made the right decision, but he played it safe. This is almost exactly what you would expect from the St. Louis Blues. It is very, original. 1967, 68. Help me, guys. When did they come in the NHL? This is very original brand, but it's exactly what it should be. Like this would be amazing if they came out with this. St. Louis has an incredible brand throughout their entire history, so he made the right decision, but he didn't really take too many risks here, so I couldn't reward him by putting him way up. I mean, I love both jerseys, but played it safe, so I decided to put him 10th. Number 9, we've got Philadelphia, and the straps got to go, but everything else, literally everything else, I'm a huge fan of. The pants look amazing, the backing stripe, the numbers on the shoulders. Like, I'm a huge fan of both of these. They just got to lose this, and now we're talking. Let's move on. Number 8, Pittsburgh. Okay, very close to perfect. That logo colorized like that. Kept a bit of a yellow in there, and in that logo. I like that. I don't love the shoulder patch, but he's got the original colors from 1968-ish in there. But the jersey design itself, I believe, dates back to the previous generation of Reebok. Going back into the final year of your Reebok, they used the current design. So we need to go back a previous year into that generation of design. So the jersey design, the lines, the stripes feel very much like that, which I don't like, but I love the colors. So it's close to perfect, but it's not perfect. I still really like it. Number 7, Anaheim. While this is basically perfect, I wouldn't change anything. It's exactly what I think they should go to. Kind of played it safe a little bit. Again, it's kind of like St. Louis. Like, this is exactly what everyone expects. So I don't really feel like there's too much innovation here. So I couldn't reward it too much. But I think he's done a wonderful job, and he's really knocked it out of the park. Everything is basically perfect. I think the specific shade of teal is too bright, but I don't mind it using that color. It's almost, getting into the range of some blues there. So let's move on to number 6, and it's the Colorado Avalanche, and this is nuts. Get rid of the straps again, and we're talking. Look at the socks. Look at the design. Extremely modern. Love the logo. Love even the colors. There's a lot of red and blue in the NHL, but not the specific shade of red. It's almost got a bit of a pink tinge to it. And the blue, it just looks good. And this is awesome. I'm not saying Colorado should change their brand, their jerseys, their home and away. They're very nice, one of the nicest in the NHL. But if they were going to do a total rebrand, I would not be upset if they did something like this. But I can see how some people would really hate this. Notice the Yeti on the shoulders? Like that addition. Number 5, the Columbus Blue Jackets. Typically, like the Rangers, I don't like jerseys that kind of have, text coming down. But I think this is phenomenal. I love the numbers on the shoulders. I love the specific font chosen for jackets. It feels incredibly applicable. The striping on the arms, very old school, very simplistic. He's taken the Jackets, which is a new team, essentially, in the NHL. It's not that old compared to most of the teams in the NHL. And he's taken it, and he's made it an original 6, and it looks perfect. This looks like an original 6 team, and it looks amazing. It is so simplistic. I love the off-white. I love even the brownish gold color, which I complained about at the first of the video, by the way. But it looks good here. It fits. Even the little details in the helmet. Look at the helmet. The little bit of a brown in the back and on the straps. And the laces here. Like, perfectly designed jerseys. Again, see, like the thing coming down here, I don't love it. The text, it's I want to say it's perfect. I think I did say it's perfect. Let me walk back. It's not perfect. It's close to perfect. It's top 5 worthy. That's why it's there. I love the font, but maybe not the best logo on the front. Almost perfect. Number 4, we got the San Jose Sharks, and I think a lot of people will disagree with me here as well. It reminded me of the Carolina Hurricanes, one where you've got almost that texture throughout the whole thing. The helmet, the pants, and the jersey itself. It's that silicone, computer-generated kind of circuit board pattern. And I think I like the gradient a lot. I think it's my favorite part. Not so much on the dark one. It's kind of okay on the dark one. But the white one, for whatever reason, I really like it. And it doesn't even work with the rest of the jersey. It bleeds down into green, white to green gradient, and then it goes to black pants. It's an odd transition. But for whatever reason, I kind of like it. I can't explain it, but I like it. It's just a gut feeling on this one. Let's move on to number 3, and this is going to be Calgary. If we're talking rebrand, this is a consideration. Striping on the arms taken from Blasty. You got Blasty on the shoulders as well. Logo recolorized on both. And then that beautiful mountain design from that alternate logo that they used a couple of years ago, put on the front bottom of the jersey. And I've commented before on putting awkwardly, shapes at the bottom. And here's why this is different. 99% of the time when I make that comment, it's about one singular shape coming up symmetrically from the middle of the jersey. That's not the case here. All those mountains are different heights, they're different widths, and it's not a repeating pattern, and it's not a singular object. It's a very natural flow of a mountain, so it doesn't feel like anything is protruding from the crotch region. 100% acceptable in my opinion, and just a wonderfully designed jersey. This is one of the best Calgary Flames rebranding or concepts, home and away, that I've ever seen. Number 2, we've got the Toronto Maple Leafs, and I hate putting the Toronto Maple Leafs in the top 10 or the top 3 even, almost the number 1. Like, as a Canadiens fan, it hurts. But objectively, if I'm being honest, this is one of the best Toronto Maple Leafs uniforms I've ever seen. Not so much the white one. I don't know how I feel about that light blue. I'm almost ignoring that one. It's all about the dark one. It is perfect. I love the addition of the bit of the gold and yellow in there, whatever you want to classify that color as. I love the shoulder patch. I love the little bit of the color around the neck, the laces, the numbers, the gloves. The gloves are awesome. The skates don't match. Let's ignore the skates. This might be the best new branding of the Maple Leafs I've ever seen. It's so good. I'm sure there's people who won't agree. There is no right or wrong. It's all subjective, like I always say. But I'm a huge fan of this one, Emblematic. Wonderful job here. Let's see who's number 1. It's going to be the Seattle Kraken. I just felt like this was a mix of old with a mix of new and a mix of really good decisions. Keeping the logo, which a lot of people actually don't like, but I do. But keeping some kind of previous brand from a completely different team, the Metropolitans. You get some of those line designs in the background there, so you're reaching back into the history, bringing it into a modern jersey. Kept the shoulder patches, which was the right decision. Gloves look awesome. Love the blue inside the gloves. The pants, that's the most modern piece. You've got, you're playing with the creature, with the face of your franchise, essentially. It's the Kraken. He's on the pants. The deep eyes on the pants as well. So I just felt like there was a really perfect combination between old and new, and it just looks like a good jersey or a good uniform in general, and it's a new brand, and I'm excited by it. So I had to put it number 1. Didn't want to put Toronto number 1, so Seattle, you're number 1. Emblematic. Wonderful job on so many of these concepts, and thank you for using this template. I don't make any money. If you guys go buy this template and play around with it, I make 0 money from you buying the template or using it. I just get genuinely excited like a little kid when I see new templates and new designs come in. And I had such a wonderful time going through this video and looking at this template. I can't wait to see your designs if you choose to get this template and send them in. I love it. I love looking at things other than jerseys sometimes too. The pants, the socks, the helmets, gloves, whatever. This whole uniform thing, this whole template, I love it. So thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate you. If you could hit the subscribe button, I would really love that a lot. If you've made it this far in the video, it's a long video. We're like, almost 30 minutes. If you've made it this far in the video, you might as well just hit the subscribe button, because you probably like it if you've made it this far. Even if you disagree with my ranking, maybe you had some fun. If you did, if you're new, hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to grow the channel to 50,000 by the end of the year, so if you could help, that would be great. If you did enjoy this video and you've got a couple seconds, hit the like button down there as well. That really helps a lot. And let me know what was your favorite in this video. Was it the Seattle Kraken? Was it the Toronto Maple Leafs? Was it the Chicago Blackhawks, which I ranked last? Let me know. There's no right or wrong. It's all subjective. Have a wonderful end to your Friday. Have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow for a contest announcement. Adios.